Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Tesla is getting closer to full self-driving than ever before with their wide release of their beta program. Meanwhile, all the other old legacy automakers seems to all be throwing in the towel on all their joint ventures. I think it's getting clear for them that they are wasting a lot of money that they don't really have, as their sales are collapsing and we are heading into a recession. And they can also see that Tesla is getting really close, and it will probably be wiser to just buy it from Tesla. And this could really help Tesla through the recession and come out on the other side stronger than ever. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So, as I talked about in my latest news shows, Tesla can sell their cars at a loss through the recession because all their cars are ready for full self-driving software. And if people want that when it becomes a reality in the not so distant future, they of course have to buy it then. And then Tesla can make even more money on their car than what they would have earned on selling the car with a $10,000 profit. So what would the full self-driving software cost when it's actually full self-driving? I believe it's going to be much higher than $10,000. It could be worth $100,000 or more. So for Tesla to be selling their cars in 2023 with low margin, if any, or even at a loss, they could easily gain all that again in the very near future when they solve full self-driving. It's just about getting as many cars on the streets as possible that afterwards can buy their full self-driving software. Where all the other car companies whose cars are not ready to become full self-driving cars at any point, they just lose their money on their cars and that's it. No real way to gain those losses again. So a recession will really hurt them a lot more than they will hurt Tesla. And Tesla will probably add something like $3 to $4 billion to their bank account here from Q4 2022, meaning that Tesla will enter the recession with a cushion of about $24 billion in the bank. So they will have money enough to go through all of 2023, not even earning anything. But the old guys are not even earning as much as Tesla on the bottom line in net income as it is today. So if their sales drop even more and their profit goes away, it could be quite catastrophic for some of them. But the thing that could bring Tesla even more money is of course solving full self-driving. And I personally think Tesla is getting really close with their wide release of the beta program, getting a lot more beta testers into the program. And I think it is getting more and more obvious that Tesla will be sitting on this by themselves for quite some time, as more and more of the old legacy automakers have been throwing in the towel lately. But I think Corey from Monroe said it best what is happening, like we saw with the Volkswagen and Ford throwing in the towel in full self-driving cars with their joint venture Argo that caused Ford $2.7 billion in losses. So Tesla is just so far ahead the others are starting to give up, because this might also be why we are not really seeing any Cadillac Lyrics out yet, even though they have been in production since March of 2022. Take a listen to this video from Facade.
I think what's important for people to realize about FSD beta is I think Tesla's lead is so great that many of the other OEMs I think are giving up. Ford just
That's all I want to hear.
Yeah. And I can't say who, but I live in Detroit, so I have lunches with friends, and I've ran into 2 or 3 people from GM, and I'm like, hey, where's my Lyric? And they've intimated that it's because the Super Cruise or the Ultra Cruise just isn't working right yet, you know, and they can't build them and they can't get it to work. And I'm not going to name names, but these are people who would know. And, it's kind of embarrassing that you have these multi-billion dollar organizations that are this far behind.
And we don't really see a lot of progress with Cruise either. We hear more about them getting stuck in traffic than we do of their progress, and GM is still losing millions of dollars on Cruise even though they are operational in their little geofenced areas. But even having access to all of this technology from Cruise, GM still struggles to just get their driver assist system to work in their Cadillac Lyrics. That is why we don't really see any Lyrics out there, even though they have been in production for almost 10 months now. But it is not just Cadillac that have been having big trouble with their driver assist system. Volkswagen Group CEO Blume stopped the development of autonomous vehicle development at Audi. As reported by Automakers and Handelsblatt, Group CEO Blume has halted the development of Audi's autonomous driving electric sedan Artemis. This is a major blow to Audi and the Volkswagen Group. The autonomous vehicle market launch, originally targeted by Audi for 2024, has most recently been postponed to 2027. The background of the delay is probably because of the software trouble with subsidiary Carrot. Autonomous driving Audi models could be delayed indefinitely. So the goal remains for the second half of the decade, as a report said. Instead, Carrot will initially supply the software for autonomous driving cars for Volkswagen's commercial vehicles. According to Automakers, a first test fleet of autonomous driving ID bus developed with the partner Mobileye is already on the road in Tel Aviv. Isn't it strange that you don't hear anything about this? The Volkswagen Group has invested many billions, but looking at its approach, it's hard to see a viable, functional autonomous vehicle at all. So the highest hopes probably rest on what Mobileye has to offer. Mobileye is probably the one that are going to be the one that has to take up the battle with Tesla, as they have driver assist system in over 100 million cars, and they have 60,000 test vehicle with their autonomous software and hardware. And they also have a camera system with 11 cameras, but they still rely on LiDAR and are trying to map the world. So in that part, I think they are wasting their money, as they are still relying on a lot of sensors, as Tesla has already been there and said they found out how bad their neural network software really was when they took off the training wheels, the radar. And Mobileye is still relying on all these many sensors. So I still think Tesla will win this one, as they are now only focusing on teaching the neural network how to drive with just vision. And they have now gone to a wide release of the beta program. So now about 1 million cars will be able to access this program. And if you have seen what it is capable of, I think most people with a Tesla would like to have that software now, as it is quite cheap compared to that you suddenly have a car that can pretty much drive itself from A to B. You just have to keep an eye on it, as it is still not perfect, but very, very good. So Tesla will get most vehicles collecting data by a long shot. No one is really close. But it is not only Ford and Volkswagen that are dropping their joint venture. Mercedes had hoped to share the cost of developing a full self-driving technology with rival German carmaker BMW. Back in February 2019, the two companies announced they would collaborate on tools and technology for autonomous systems. But things soon went sideways, and they dropped the whole thing in 2021, and Mercedes said they would leave the development of autonomous vehicles to the tech companies. But that does not seem to be someone like Waymo. Both Waymo's CEO and CFO have already left the company. Their captains did not want to go down with the ship. And even Apple, that said they will come out with a full self-driving car in 2025, has now delayed that car until 2026. So we will see if they ever come out with any Apple car. And it seems that most of the other OEMs are just giving up, and Waymo doesn't seem anywhere near a general solution. Mobileye seems to be the only one really doing something that has some potential, but still just way behind Tesla when it comes to capabilities and data collection, and this will be the end game. The one that gets the most data will win the race to fully autonomy, as it all comes down to who can teach its neural network the fastest to drive in the real world, and that requires a lot of data. And Tesla might not have got to the level we or I was hoping for here at the end of 2022. But with their wide release of the beta program and the rapid learning we are seeing, I don't think we are many months away from having a car that is as safe, if not safer, than your average human driver. We are still missing the approval and so on, but first thing first, we still need a car that can drive itself, by itself, with no human supervision. I still believe Tesla is closing in rapidly, and people are really underestimated the implication of Tesla's wide release of their beta program. So while most other OEMs are throwing in the towel because they don't see them solving it for a very, very long time, as Ford has been out saying, Tesla is getting really, really close. And I think they will be sitting on this full self-driving software by themselves for quite some time before anyone comes in with a general solutions. I think more will just buy the software from Tesla. So I think Tesla will be working hard on getting their beta program out other places, and this will make the take rate on Tesla's full self-driving software go up already here in 2023, in my opinion. With their already huge amount of beta testers in the program today, I think we will see some great progress in 2023, and that should help Tesla earn some money even if we hit a recession in 2023 and Tesla will have to sell their cars at a loss. They could get a helping hand from their software side of their business, as I think Tesla will get very far here in 2023. As Mercedes said, they will leave it to the tech companies. I don't think they were thinking of Tesla in that statement, but that is exactly what Tesla is, a tech company. And I think Tesla is the one that will solve it, and we are closer than ever. As Elon just said in one of his recent interviews, he is driving the alpha version, and that is very rare that he has to take over. It pretty much drives him from A to B already. So we also have to remember that even though our minds are blown away what the beta program can do, that is not how far ahead Tesla really is. They are even further ahead. That is just something that we don't get to see. So no matter what, buckle up, because I think 2023 is going to be one heck of a ride. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.